bay laurel plant, which in that era was used as a symbol of victory, honor, or fame. For example, the laurel tree, that is usually a symbol of congratulations or victory, which kind of appropriate for our next speaker as the leader of this club. That works very well for her. Her speech this evening is from the advanced manual, The Entertaining Speaker. The title is Happy Bad. Please welcome Laura Frobos.
Hearing my mom spell our name over and over again. Well, good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Tonight, I'd like to tell you what it was like growing up with the name Frobos. We moved a lot when I was younger, and I was really shy, believe it or not. I didn't have kids Toastmasters. And I dreaded the first day of school. It was awful. The teacher would be reading the roll and say, Laura, Fro, and this is me over here. It's Frobos. What? It's Frobos. Fro what? And sometimes it would go on, and I just wanted to be swallowed up by the floor. What kind of name is that? It's German. What does it mean? It literally means happy bad. I remember I had a teacher in 5th grade who said, nobody's ever going to get that right. I'm just going to call you Laura because that's too hard. And I remember at the time thinking, gosh, I hope somebody tries to make the effort to get my name right. And what made it even more awkward was I didn't really identify with German culture at all. I knew that my great-grandfather came from Germany. My grandma used to make some kind of German cookies at Christmas, but that was about it. The name comes from the German Frau Böse, which means happy bad. And my dad, who speaks a little bit of German, told us that there's many words for the word bad, and this is actually a light bad, like mischief. So I imagine, who is this person in Germany running around, happy mischief, kind of playing jokes on people? Maybe he was an irascible character. Well, things didn't get any easier in middle school. They called me Frodo from The Hobbit, or Lord of the Rings, or I don't even know. Well, who really cared? But what middle school girl wants to be called some little troll with hairy feet? And it got worse. Then I was free-based. And even now, I know it has something to do with drugs and heating up cocaine or something. I don't know. But back then, I had no idea what it was. So I asked my mom, and she said, well, it's like this. It's like going to first base with a boy, going to second base, and explain kissing and whatnot. And I thought, what? And she was saying, well, this is implying that you're giving out free bases. Shy like that. I didn't even talk to boys in middle school, let alone give out any kind of base. So it's hilarious to me now, but the irony was completely lost on these 13-year-olds. Then they called Frobo easy. Again, irony was completely lost. But things got a little bit easier in high school. That's when the channel HBO came out, home box office. And I thought it was kind of cool that I had HBO in my name. So I started spelling my name F-R-O, HBO, like the channel, E-S-E. And I like that a lot better than my mom's spelling, because she puts a lot of emphasis on B-O. Then I started dating my sweet little high school boyfriend, who was also into really heavy metal. Our first date was a Cinderella concert. And I thought of him when I went to Def Leppard 2 weeks ago. But some of his favorite bands were Queensryche, Motley Crue, and Dokken. What's cool about all those bands? They have the umlauts over the O. He thought it was really neat to put the 2 little dots after my name. I'm like, yeah, I have this rocker name. As I grew up and got a little bit more confident, I thought, you know what, the attention that this name brings can be kind of fun. When people ask what it means, I like to say, well, it's happy bad, because I'm a little happy and a lot bad. I started noticing that people really did make an effort to spell it right, and to say it right, And this was kind of my litmus test for guys. If somebody will really take the effort to try to get my name right, you get a point. One of the things that happened in college is that I found it was kind of fun to play around with it. It's kind of good to have the attention. It's an automatic conversation starter. And I have to think that if my name were Laura Smith, I wouldn't have the same lead in. Then a few years ago when I got on Facebook, I found a lot of friends, and they found me because I'm the only Laura Frobos in the whole world. I also found that there's a Frobos page, and I got really interested in learning about our history. There are many different spellings. A lot of people Americanized it and butchered it in different ways. And I actually learned a lot, and I connected with some people in Germany, all over the world. I think it's really interesting. I'd like to learn German. So all in all, I think that this name has it been a blessing, has it been a curse. I'd have to say that I think it's a little bit more happy than bad, kind of like me.
Thank you very much, Laura. Again, if you'll take a moment right after.